Welcome back to the show. You're watching Monday Mornings, Summit Sunrise, and we are in the kitchen set. We're going to get down to start cooking. It's never too early to eat on Summit Sunrise, and I'm standing here with Timothy Jordan, Chef Timothy Jordan. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
And your business is, what we have in front of us, is cooking.
Cooking,
So tell me about how it works, though.
Kind of a handful of things. We do private parties, luncheons, in-home prepared meals, which is like a weekly thing.
Great.
You know, freeze it, Tupperware it, that kind of thing.
So you'll do large parties, though,
Yep.
as well as then just, a small gathering at a home,
Right.
if someone wants to hire you out. That's
Yep.
great. So you're based in the Front Range, but you're trying to expand up a little bit more in Summit County right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. So are you available to start cooking anywhere in Summit as soon as today?
Today,
Cool.
tonight.
All right. It's the best way, first starting off with your contact info before we dive into what we're cooking here. How does someone get in touch with you?
Website, it's cheftimothyjordan.com, pretty basic. And that feeds all of my information, what I do. Then it's the best way to contact me. There's a link to my email through that.
Great. And hire you out that way.
Yep.
Great. Excellent. So we see a lot of great ingredients in front of us here. Tell me about what is in front of me and then what we're about to do with over here in the crock pot. Help me out.
So I'm trying to relate to the ski season here.
Yeah,
So we're
you bet.
doing a braised short rib.
Okay.
And like a roasted corn piquillo pepper chili. That's going to be, except for roasting, the short rib is going to be prepared in the crock pot.
Okay.
So you press start, go ski, come back, eat. So
Yeah, you know the routine out here.
Yeah.
That's right. That's the best way to have a meal too. When you start it in the morning, you go out and you do your Summit County activities, come back, and dinner's ready for you.
Dinner's
When
ready.
Your legs are feeling like Jello. You should be ready to sit down.
Absolutely.
And so tell me about what goes into the ingredients for this recipe.
So the first part is to dry rub your short rib. I did bone in, it's got more flavor, but if you don't want to braise it in the oven, just do a crock pot.
Okay.
Bone out, it's the best way to go. Then we're going to dry rub it with a 15 spice homemade blackened seasoning.
Nice.
That you make, you toast in the pan. It's kind of like making your own curry, but it's blackened, so a little bit
Okay.
of spice. You dry rub it, you throw it in the oven, you braise it for 20 to 30 minutes,
Okay.
take it out, submerge it in red wine and water,
Nice.
and then braise it in the oven for another 3 to 4 hours.
Wow. So it's a labor of love here on the meat.
Labor of love with
Yeah.
the bone in. But
Yes,
if you're not
with
doing
the
bone
bone
in,
Go to
everything
the
goes
crock pot.
straight to the crock pot.
That's the simple way.
Right.
You set it and forget it kind of thing.
Set it, forget it.
Cool.
And we're just going to saute. We got hickory smoked bacon.
All right.
Roasted corn that I roasted in the oven, but again, not necessary if you're doing it in just crock pot.
Yep.
Grilled piquillo peppers, which you can buy at Whole Foods. Kidney beans, black beans, yellow onions, fire roasted tomatoes, and then red pepper.
Great. And
Or
piquillo
tomato,
peppers, I'm not too familiar. What makes that a better pepper than just going after some chilies or like a Colorado green chili that everyone's
It's
used to
just
throwing?
sweeter,
Yeah,
and
okay.
it's more of like a Spanish influence kind of pepper. Just got a little bit more flavor, and it's a little more subtle.
Nice. Hey, I
But-
like the sound of it. And you can never go wrong with bacon. So
No.
let's dive in. What do we got to do here
We're gonna
to
just saute
okay.
the bacon up, just to get it so it's not chewy and gross.
You bet.
You want to get a little crispy,
Yeah, everyone likes a crispy
and
piece of bacon.
then you can saute your onions too, and then everything else
Okay.
basically just goes straight into the crock pot.
Okay.
Then you serve it, garnished with crumbled goat cheese.
Nice.
There's no binding agent.
Speaking my language of goat cheese, that's a great way to go.
I don't thicken it because I want it to keep it kind of nice and loose. And then the goat cheese, once you put it on top and stir it in, it's going to help thicken it.
Okay, so while this bacon is going right now, tell me about what you really enjoy about cooking and how would you kind of define your style?
I like doing something that's never been done before, kind of a
Okay.
fusion cuisine.
Nice.
I don't have any set menus, so I try to do stuff for the client. Something new, always reading about new concepts coming up.
Great.
Always trying something different.
Do you typically find yourself kind of going with what's seasonal as well?
Absolutely.
Something like a chili for November. I mean, it fits
Yep.
perfectly for the time of the season. And plus, that probably helps you out with the ingredients that you need to go find.
Yeah,
as well.
availability is always a battle.
Okay,
I always
great.
shop at Whole Foods or natural grocery places because they have the best available stuff. But
And of course, willing to work with dietary needs. If
Yep.
anyone is gluten-free or is vegetarian, you can certainly cater to that as well.
Absolutely.
All right. So what's going on right now? We got to still let this bacon simmer for a
Yep.
little bit. And
toss in some onions.
okay.
And then other than that, you're just gonna saute this until they're caramelized and, broken
Yeah.
down a little bit. And then everything else is gonna go into the crock pot, which is already set, ready to go over here.
Nice.
We can. It's got nice. It's very light.
It
yet,
is, yeah.
Yet filling.
And sometimes you think of chili and it's a thick, almost like a
Right.
rich, hearty type of stew. But here we're looking at it a little more,
more
watery
loose.
onto it. Yeah, loose is a good way to put it.
And
sure.
the problem, well, not the problem. The best
Uh-huh.
thing about short ribs is a little more fat.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have a little more like separation going on.
Okay.
But that's where the goat cheese comes into play.
I like it.
So then when you mix it in, brings it all together.
Okay, cool. Timothy, while we let this go right now, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with this and see the final product. How's that sound?
Absolutely.
Give us a couple more minutes on this. So you guys don't go anywhere. We still have Watch and Win, $25 to Columbia Store and Breckenridge giveaway, and a whole lot more Summit Sunrise, including a last look at your snow and weather. So stay tuned. We're going to be back right here in the kitchen and seeing this final product coming up with Timothy Jordan. So stay tuned. We'll be back.